Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Troubleshooting error, tunneling socket could not be established in Postman. This error in Postman, error, tunneling socket could not be established, often indicates a problem with the proxy settings you're using to route your API requests. It means Postman is failing to establish a connection to the proxy server, preventing it from then forwarding your request to the target API endpoint. This can be a frustrating issue, but with a systematic approach, you can usually diagnose and resolve it. This tutorial will cover 1. Understanding the error *, what does it actually mean? 2. Common causes * why this error happens. 3. Checking your environment *, ensuring your basic network and Postman configurations are correct. 4. Investigating proxy settings * the most likely culprit. 5. Troubleshooting specific scenarios * covering common situations like corporate proxies, Docker, and specific authentication methods. 6. Code examples, illustrative. While you don't write code in Postman to fix this, we'll show examples of how you might configure proxies in other contexts that are relevant. 7. Advanced debugging * using tools to sniff network traffic and get more insights. 8. Workarounds and alternatives * what to do if you can't directly fix the proxy issue. Let's dive in. 1. Understanding the error. The error, tunneling socket could not be established signals that Postman is attempting to use a proxy server, or more accurately, an HTTP connect tunnel, to reach your target API, but the connection to that proxy server is failing. Tunneling * the HTTP connect method is used to establish a tunnel through an HTTP proxy. Postman sends a connect request to the proxy server, asking it to create a connection to the destination server. If successful, the proxy creates the connection and then acts as a relay for data between Postman and the destination. Socket * in networking, a socket is an endpoint of a two-way communication link between two programs running on a network. The tunneling socket refers to the socket used to connect Postman to the proxy server. Could not be established *, this is the crucial part. The connection between Postman and the proxy server could not be created. This suggests a problem with proxy server unavailability * the proxy server might be down or unreachable. Incorrect proxy settings * Postman might be configured with the wrong proxy address, port, or authentication credentials. Network issues * firewalls, network connectivity problems, or routing issues could be preventing Postman from reaching the proxy server. Authentication failures * the proxy server requires authentication, and Postman is either not providing credentials or providing incorrect ones. Proxy server configuration * the proxy server might be misconfigured to accept connect requests or have restrictions on which destinations it can tunnel to. 2. Common causes. Here's a breakdown of the most frequent causes. Incorrect proxy configuration in Postman * this is the most common culprit. Double-check the proxy settings in Postman settings, file-settings-proxy. Make sure the address, port, username, and password, if required, are all correct. Proxy server down or unreachable * verify that the proxy server is running and accessible from your machine. Try pinging the proxy server's address. Firewall restrictions * your firewall might be blocking Postman's access to the proxy server or the proxy server's access to the target API. Network connectivity issues * a general network problem could be preventing Postman from connecting to the proxy server. Authentication problems * the proxy server might require authentication, and you're either not providing credentials or providing incorrect ones. Common authentication methods include Asterisk basic authentication asterisk using a username and password. Asterisk NTLM authentication asterisk a more complex authentication protocol used in Windows environments. Asterisk corporate proxy issues asterisk corporate proxies are often complex and may have specific requirements or configurations. Consult your IT department for the correct settings. They may use proxy auto configuration, POC, files. Asterisk POC, proxy auto configuration, file issues asterisk if your organization uses a POC file, there could be problems with the POC file's configuration. Asterisk conflicting environment variables asterisk environment variables related to proxy settings, example HTTP_proxy, HTTPS_proxy, might be interfering with Postman's proxy configuration. Asterisk SSL/TLS issues asterisk if you're using an HTTPS proxy, there might be issues with SSL certificates or TLS versions. Asterisk Docker container networking asterisk if you're running Postman in a Docker container, the container's networking configuration might be preventing it from reaching the proxy server. 3. Checking your environment. Before diving into proxy settings, let's rule out basic environmental issues. Asterisk network connectivity asterisk. Asterisk can you access the internet at all? Try opening a web browser and visiting a website. Asterisk can you ping the proxy server? Open a command prompt, Windows, or terminal, Mac OS/Linux, and run ping proxy_server_address. Replace proxy_server_address with the actual address. Asterisk can you ping the target API endpoint, if you know it? Ping API_endpoint_address. Asterisk firewall asterisk. Asterisk temporarily disable your firewall, if you have permission, to see if that resolves the issue. Important asterisk only do this for testing purposes and re-enable your firewall immediately afterward. Asterisk check your firewall rules to ensure that Postman and the proxy server are not blocked. Asterisk Postman version asterisk. Asterisk ensure you're using the latest version of Postman. Older versions might have compatibility issues. Update Postman from within the application, help-check for updates. 4. Investigating proxy settings in Postman. This is where you'll spend most of your time troubleshooting. Asterisk accessing proxy settings asterisk in Postman, go to File-Settings-Proxy. Asterisk global proxy configuration asterisk. Asterisk system proxy asterisk by default, Postman often uses your system's proxy settings. Try disabling the Use System Proxy option to see if that resolves the problem. This is useful if you don't actually need a proxy. Asterisk custom proxy configuration asterisk this is where you manually enter the proxy server's address, port, and authentication details. Asterisk custom proxy configuration details asterisk. Asterisk proxy type asterisk choose HTTP, HTTPS, or SOCKS, depending on your proxy server's type. Asterisk proxy server asterisk enter the address of the proxy server, example proxy.example.com. Asterisk proxy port asterisk enter the port number the proxy server is listening on, example 8080, 3128. Asterisk proxy auth asterisk. Asterisk username asterisk enter the username for the proxy server. Asterisk password asterisk enter the password for the proxy server. Asterisk bypass proxy for asterisk this allows you to specify a list of URLs or domains for which Postman should not use the proxy. This is useful for internal network resources or local host development. You can use wildcards, asterisk, here. For example, asterisk localhost, asterisk 127.0.0.1. *star.internal.example.com. Steps to troubleshoot proxy settings *. 1. Double-check credentials *. Verify the proxy server address, port, username, and password, if any, with your network administrator or the proxy server's documentation. Even a single incorrect character can cause the error. 2. Try different proxy types *. If you're unsure of the proxy type, try both HTTP and HTTPS. Some proxies can handle both. 3. Disable proxy temporarily *. If you don't need a proxy to access the API, disable the proxy settings in Postman and try the request again. This will help determine if the proxy is the source of the problem. 4. Restart Postman *. After making changes to the proxy settings, restart Postman. Sometimes the changes don't take effect immediately. 5. Check for environment variables *. Open your system's environment variables, search for environment variables in Windows, on Mac OS/Linux, check your .bashrc, .zshrc, or similar shell configuration files, and look for variables like http_proxy, https_proxy, and no_proxy. If these variables are set, they might be conflicting with Postman's proxy settings. You can try unsetting them temporarily to see if that resolves the issue. For example, in a terminal. Remember to set them back if they are needed by other applications. 6. POC file, proxy auto configuration. *. If your organization uses a POC file, select Use System Proxy and ensure that your system is configured to use the POC file. The POC file contains JavaScript code that determines which proxy server to use for different URLs. *. Examine the POC file's contents, if you have access, for errors or incorrect routing rules. Your IT department will usually manage this. *. The POC file may also include a find proxy for URL function that you can use to determine which proxy to use for a specific URL. *. Test the POC file using online POC file testers or browser extensions. 5. Troubleshooting specific scenarios. Corporate proxies. Corporate proxies are often more complex and might require specific authentication methods or configurations. NTLM authentication. If your corporate proxy uses NTLM authentication, Postman might not handle it directly. You might need to use a proxy helper application like CNTLM, Windows, or Ntlmaps, Linux/Mac OS, to authenticate with the proxy and then configure Postman to use the helper application as its proxy. Kerberos. Some corporate proxies use Kerberos authentication. Postman doesn't natively support Kerberos, so you'll need a similar helper application to handle the authentication. Ask IT. The best approach with corporate proxies is to consult your IT department. They will provide the correct proxy settings and authentication methods. Docker. If you're running Postman in a Docker container, you need to ensure that the container is configured to use the host machine's proxy settings or a specific proxy server. Passing proxy environment variables to the container. When you run the Docker container, pass the proxy environment variables using the E flag. Replace Postman/Postman with the correct image name. Ensure that the HTTP_proxy, HTTPS_proxy, and no_proxy environment variables are set on your host machine. Docker networking. Ensure that your Docker container has access to the host machine's network. Use the -network = host flag when running the container. Warning: this option exposes all host ports to the container. HTTPS proxies and SSL/TLS. If you're using an HTTPS proxy, make sure that the proxy server's SSL certificate is valid and trusted by your system. Postman might have trouble establishing a connection if the certificate is invalid or self-signed. 6. Code examples, illustrative proxy configuration. While you don't write code inside Postman to fix proxy problems, understanding how proxies are configured in other contexts can be helpful for understanding the overall concepts. Node.js with Axios and HTTPS proxy agent Python with requests These examples show how to configure proxy settings programmatically in Node.js and Python. The key is to provide the correct proxy URL, including authentication details, if required, when making the HTTP request. These are useful concepts when you need to make programmatic API calls and also need to use a proxy. 7. Advanced debugging. If you've tried the above steps and are still having trouble, you can use network sniffing tools to get a more detailed view of the communication between Postman and the proxy server. Wireshark a powerful network protocol analyzer that can capture and analyze network traffic. Install Wireshark download and install Wireshark from https://www.wireshark.org/ https://www.wireshark.org *start Wireshark and select the network interface that Postman is using, usually your primary Ethernet or Wi-Fi adapter. *filter traffic * use filters to narrow down the captured traffic. For example, filter by the proxy server's address or the target API's address. You can also filter by the HTTP connect method using http://request.method==connect. Analyze traffic * examine the captured packets to see if Postman is successfully sending the connect request to the proxy server and if the proxy server is responding. Look for error messages or unexpected behavior. Fiddler * a web debugging proxy that can capture and inspect HTTP and HTTPS traffic. Fiddler is particularly useful for debugging web applications and APIs. Install Fiddler * download and install Fiddler from https://www.telerik.com/fiddler https://www.telerik.com/fiddler. Configure Postman configure Postman to use Fiddler as its proxy server, usually 127.0.0.1:8888. Inspect traffic Fiddler will capture all HTTP and HTTPS traffic from Postman. You can inspect the requests and responses to see if the proxy connection is being established correctly. Fiddler also allows you to modify requests and responses, which can be helpful for testing different scenarios. 8. Workarounds and alternatives. If you're unable to fix the proxy issue directly, here are some workarounds. Use a VPN. A VPN can bypass proxy restrictions by routing your traffic through a different server. However, be aware that VPNs can have security implications. Use a different network. If possible, try using a different network that doesn't require a proxy. This might involve using a personal hotspot or connecting to a different Wi-Fi network. Use Postman Interceptor. The Postman Interceptor is a browser extension that can capture HTTP requests directly from your browser and send them to Postman. This can be useful if you're having trouble with Postman's proxy settings. It bypasses Postman's main application entirely. Use a cloud-based API testing tool. Several cloud-based API testing tools don't require you to configure a proxy server. These tools run in the cloud and can access APIs directly. Summary checklist. To summarize, follow these steps in order. 1. Verify basic connectivity. Can you reach the internet? Can you ping the proxy server? 2. Double-check Postman proxy settings ** address, port, username, password. Try disabling the proxy temporarily. 3. Restart Postman ** apply settings changes. 4. Check environment variables * http_proxy, https_proxy, no_proxy. 5. Consult IT, corporate proxy. Get the correct proxy settings and authentication methods. 6. Docker networking, if applicable, pass proxy environment variables to the container or use -network equals host. 7. Advanced debugging, Wireshark/Fiddler analyze network traffic. By systematically working through these steps, you should be able to diagnose and resolve the error, tunneling socket could not be established error in Postman, and get your API requests working again. Good luck. Remember to consult with your network administrator or IT department if you're unsure about any of the proxy settings or configurations.